Hello everyone and welcome to another GameWePlays.org presentation in association with the Fnatic Play Tournament. We are in the best out of 3 Game 2 between Online Kingdom and MSI. First game was taken by Online Kingdom with some pretty impressive play and some pretty unique picks, so if you have not watched that, go back and do so please. Joining me is well-known community member and professional player Ja of Clan Ice. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing great actually. It's still like morning time in Hawaii at the moment. It's like 7:30. Actually, woke up at 5 a.m. to do these casts. So I apologize to everyone if I sound a little tired or whatever. But we just watched an MSI, the first round MSI versus Online Kingdom match, and it was really exciting. It was really interesting the way Online Kingdom picked. They utilized Bombardier and Kraken, and so it's gonna be really interesting to see what they do in this next game. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I see an engineer, some hero that's not run all that often from OK.
Yeah, when a team comes out with those particular picks, you kind of wonder what they have to follow it up with because they're not really situational, but they're the kind of picks that you use to surprise your opponents, and they obviously did because MSI looked, they were back on their heels. They were doing very well early on, but once it hit pretty much mid-game and on, Online Kingdom, they were looking pretty strong the entire way through. So it's going to be interesting to see what they have to follow up their impressive lineup from last game. As bands coming out, we have the beginning bands, the Dr. Repulsor, who is perma banned. Devour, who's, I don't know perma, but he's pretty much perma banned. Magnus going to be banned once again. I think he was banned last game as well. Pebbles is going to be banned this game, so they do not want it in this game. And Chipper is going to be banned as well, just waiting on the final one. So what do you think about the Pebbles ban? I forgot who they banned last game in place of him, but I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah, at least at the moment, there really aren't too many necessarily overpowered heroes. It's just more, not significantly enough to at least to make a large enough difference on the game for it to matter. Banning heroes is really just based upon, this team likes to run these kind of heroes, or this team is like really good with these kind of heroes. And MSI banning the Pebbles, I think that is a pretty smart ban because when my team Ice actually played against OK, they ran Pebbles in almost every one of our games. And he did do fairly well. Last game actually, the Pebbles actually was not doing all that well at the early portion of the game. But definitely picked up a lot of momentum as the game went on. Looks like MSI picking up the Bombardier for the first pick. So interesting. I guess that new change in that last game really changed MSI's perspective of the hero, or maybe they were intending to pick that hero last game and OK stole it from under their heels. It's just be really interesting to see what kind of lineup they choose to go. Actually end up picking up the Pharaoh and the Witchslayer to follow up the Bombardier combination. I think very effective heroes because Bombardier is, if you can keep them in one place with that Pharaoh, you jump in with Pharaoh, you ball mummies, and you follow that up with Bombardier's moves, and you can almost instantly take out any hero.
If
Yeah, I
I
thought it
can
was quite
interject.
interesting
Oh,
that the. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
yeah, so I was just going to say, it's actually quite surprising we haven't seen a pickup or indeed a ban on Tundra since normally, especially given that Fresh Pro is a fairly avid player, I can't quote you his play percent offhand, but he certainly picks to fair amount. Tundra is a hero Fnatic MSI fairly known for doing fairly well with, and has been almost a universal permaban lately, so kind of interested to see that he hasn't been banned by OK, and also that MSI haven't chosen to pick him up.
It might
He
have a lot to
actually.
do. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, he actually was picked up in the previous game, and I think they're okay with their. I mean, it didn't work out as well, but once they came together as a team and they were pretty much all five together at the same time, always from mid game on, I don't think they were scared of the Tundra, or maybe it was just the item pickups that he had, but he he seemed to lose his effectiveness.
It, the really powerful thing about Tundra is his ability to give vision, and you know, Online Kingdom is doing a really good job of spamming in areas where they think the bird's going to be trying to pick it off. And you know, I mean, every time they saw that punch setting his hawk in, Soul Stealer would just raise, and you know, I mean, those raises reach and very far, and they were able to, I guess, you know, get rid of that advantage from that character. And it looks like a last pick Gladiator from MSI, you know, not a hero you see all that often in competitive play, but you do see it a lot with MSI, because Trixie, I would say, I mean, the only other person that I know that comes close to Trixie in his Gladiator play is Sabuska, who I play with quite a bit, and Sabuska's Gladiator is really good, but I think Trixie's might be a little bit better, but you know, I don't play that often with Trixie, so it's hard really to compare them, but I would definitely say that Sabuska of Clan EG and MSI Trixie are definitely one of the two top Gladiator players in the world.
Fresh plays him quite a bit as well, actually. I've seen him actually do it in a couple of scrims. I think it was the GG World Cup, so he's not... I can't actually comment on their relative skill because I haven't studied it extensively and I simply don't care enough, but certainly MSI have got more than one player who can do a pretty good job on him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Online Kingdom actually choosing to pick up the Vindicator is, you know, not a hero you see that often, but I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that hero. The hero is just an absolutely just devastating hero. Like, if you're in a team fight and someone casts a spell, everyone in like around you gets silenced for, I believe at level 4, at least 3 seconds. 3 seconds. At least around 2 or 3 seconds. Yeah. Oh yeah. And this is not even in addition to his ultimate. And so I'm also going with the Nighthound pick. I almost didn't catch that. I mean, that's a fairly interesting pick. You know, I mean, Nighthound
as well.
Yeah.
I reckon that the logic behind the Vindicator pick is that they've got the two heroes, Andromeda and Pharaoh, who rely on getting themselves into pretty risky positions. Because you look at Pharaoh, he's going to be shooting himself 2,000 units ahead of his team with his ultimate. You look at Andromeda, she relies on swapping herself in what is essentially a suicide. So I reckon one of the factors behind this Vindicator pick might be that they're hoping to just have him pop his ultimate as soon as one of those two heroes initiates, let them get that hero bursted nicely down while they're really out of position, and then clean up the team fight 4v5. So that's certainly what I think they might be looking for, Vindicator.
Yeah, and actually looking at these picks, I actually kind of think that Online Kingdom has a better team, simply because, you know, MSI, if their main primary initiation here is going to be Pharaoh, and you know, when Pharaoh goes in, he really relies on his team in order to fully utilize the character. He relies on his team to be able to follow up immediately. And you know, someone goes in, like if Pharaoh goes in, even if he goes in on the Vindicator, bam, if he pops his ultimate, his team cannot follow up, and that just destroys MSI's ability to initiate. So I think it's an excellent pickup by Online Kingdom. And it looks like MSI trying to get a first blood. They're all gathering at the top river. But I'm not sure. It looks like they are going all the way up into the Secret Shop. There is a courier scouting around. So, but it looks like no kill is going to be happening on the top lane. And actually, Yanni Angel, I don't believe you introduced yourself on that, but you know, Yanni Angel, welcome to the cast. Great to have you with us.
I need no introduction. I'm also mainly planning to give you the benefit of my wit and lack of good humour while on a prayers. You know, I'm mainly hoping that. Anyway, we do have some fairly chancy stuff going on in the middle lane, and comment out from Andromeda. Unfortunately, she's not quite gotten there in time. Soul Stealer nicely back. Andromeda actually takes a bit of a beating going on the up and up there. So quite. In some ways, it's pretty good map awareness from Black. On the other hand, it's probably just a bit unlucky from Andromeda, since the lane was, in any case, it pushed a bit. So quite surprising really that Soul Stealer maybe not a little bit further forward.
Yeah, and it was also a very nice block by Behemoth, semi-Jew on the Behemoth. I mean, I mean, even though they were only level 1, it was able to take quite a bit of chunk of HP off the Andromeda. And
well,
looks like,
I mean,
looking at the... Oh, go ahead.
Go on. No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just